Welcome back. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to plan your week to reach your health and business goals and 6 questions to ask yourself to plan a great week. This is a cool little education session. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. And this is very important. You want to know how to plan your week for success? Here you go. This is day 6 of the Health Habits Challenge. The link is in the description below. And it's also a major part of the Guilt-free Game Plan, where we build vision, focus, and practice so you can lead the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. So focus is a big part. Picking the right targets, being realistic with your goals. That way you can build it up. Take confident ownership of whatever you're trying to do, and less stress, feel great, work better, lose weight, anything that you're working to achieve. This is a great way to get it done. So what happens is very easy to get stuck. If you're going week to week, you're stressed out, you don't know if you're making any progress towards your big goals, especially if it's a weight loss goal, right? You have some big, like, I want to lose 10 pounds, 15, 20 pounds, and you're not knowing if you're seeing progress. Same if you're doing this with your business goals. You're stressed out all the time, overwhelmed. You feel like you're overcommitting to things in the community or for people around you, and you don't even know if you want to do those things. Leave a comment if you know what I'm talking about. It's so easy to get stuck doing that. Happens quick, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're starting your own business. You think like, okay, now I'm going to be out of this corporate life, but instead I'm doing a whole bunch of other things and I'm working even more hours and I don't even know if this is effective for me. So this is very important in terms of, making sure that it's a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams and what you want. So what happens when you get into this groove, you start eating whatever you find, more fast food restaurants, junk food, things that are quick to eat, some of those frozen meals that are less healthy sometimes. And then over time, you start gaining weight, you're off track, and you're like, how do I get this together? What can I do differently? And planning is the way to get out of that. So you can take confident ownership of your path to freedom and fitness. So what I want you to do here, follow along, add context and expand your timeline. Okay, so the big thing that we want to do is connect your weekly plans to your quarterly, 1 year, 3 year, and 10-year goals. And sometimes you'll think like, oh, well, I just want to lose weight quick or lose weight fast or anything like that. What you want to do for motivation, so you stick to it. It's not just like your New Year's resolution kind of thing where it goes away real fast. What we want to do is expand that timeline so you understand what that looks like. Do you want to lose the weight and gain it right back after the end of the quarter or like at the end of the year? No, you want to do sustainable things that you can repeat for a very long time or make adjustments so it's just part of your life. Letting your health support your life is one of my favorite things to say on this channel because it fits into those bigger pictures. So I don't want to go too far into that, but it's very important to look at the bigger picture so then you understand how your weekly process fits into that. Next, what needs to happen on a weekly basis for steady progress towards my long-term goals? So a lot of times people will just set a goal and then leave it there. What needs to happen on a weekly basis? In the game plan, I call this the weekly practice schedule. And these are things that you have to go through the routine. You probably want to get some groceries at some point. You probably want to have some scheduled exercise in there. Those things that are going to give you steady progress so you can see gradual results that end up at the result you want. If you don't have those incremental steps, then you're just doing whatever comes around. You're flying around by the seat of your pants. Yes, I'll do this. Yes, I'll do that. And then next thing you know, you don't have any time for yourself or your own health or your own goals. All right. The next question I have is all about adapting. What do I want to do, repeat or fix from last week? I think I wrote that wrong. And the important thing is to stay guilt-free. So if something happens that doesn't match your goals, say you had like 5 days straight of fast food or something, and you're like, well, I didn't really like how that worked, or that's not what I'm trying to do, that doesn't match my goals. This is a good opportunity to adapt and set a plan for the next week. So, you're better prepared for situations as they come. Next question I have, what needs to be done / what goal do I have this particular week? So the first two were about like the routine that you're doing every week to try to build up a program, but there will be some one-off things that come up that need to be done, that need to be scheduled, and you want to make time for those. So some of those things might be if someone's coming to town, you want to prepare for that. Or if you're booking some travel arrangements, that can be something that needs to get done on this weekly status. but it doesn't need to be repeated all the time. But you still want to consider what needs to be done or what goal do I have. And usually you want these things to line up with those bigger priorities that you have over a longer period of time too, but it's just a one-time thing. The next big question I have for you is what's for dinner? This, when I was working as a nutrition educator for women, infants, and children, this was always kind of the go-to question. And you think about this if you have kids, or if you're like me, you just have to eat all the time. What's for dinner? That's probably one of the most important questions in humanity, I think, where people are always wondering that. And you want to be able to ask yourself and answer this question when you're planning your week, right? Because you might think you have a bazillion things to do, which, yeah, you do have plenty of things to do, but food is going to be an element for you. So what's for dinner? Earlier this week, I was talking about healthy breakfast and how it plays into your health habits and all your goals. So also what's for breakfast? And if you have a food plan, that's going to be really helpful for you to, not make last second things, right? Where you've already considered what you could eat, where you might be, and then what foods can play into that, or what kind of meal planning, meal prep, portable things, what restaurants in an area, those kinds of things. So what's for dinner is a good question to ask yourself when you're planning your week. That can really set you up for success. And if you want more support, I have a free snack pack. It's got 5 recipes and a grocery list to make it really easy. It's free. It's in the description. And that's part of my longer 30-day plant-based transformation, which is all of that plus recipes, plus a meal template. So it makes it easy for you to plan your meals because you don't really have to do any planning. It's all set up for you. You know what to buy and how to cook it. Okay. Next question. Do I want to do these things? So a lot of times when people are planning their weeks, something came up, someone's birthday, we're doing this, we're going here, everyone's doing this stuff. And you might just agree to do it on the whim, or at work, if you have a bunch of business responsibilities or contracts, freelance jobs that you're taking on, and you're just agreeing to things really fast, you might not take the time to assess how this fits into your bigger picture. And so your week to week can be very inconsequential and discouraging over time. So asking yourself, do I want to do these things, is going to be a big step in kind of making sure it's like fulfilling for you and what you want to do. And not to say that like it's all about only what you want, but at the same time, what you want has to be a big part of what you do. Even if you want other people to be happy and satisfied, if you are overgiving of yourself, then you aren't going to enjoy that. And you feel that stress, that dissonance. It's very uncomfortable. And then that can have negative health consequences, like physical health and mental health. And it's just not very fun. So do I want to do these things? Don't forget to ask yourself that when you're making your weekly plans. That's definitely part of what I do when I'm doing my weekly accountability calls, because it's easy to think like, oh yeah, I want to lose weight, and not really have any plans to do it. Or you come up with like some crazy all or nothing, not that it's crazy, but it's all or nothing. You're not going to do it. It's not sustainable. You're like, yeah, I'm going to work out 5 times this week. And it's like, well, do you really want to work out 5 times this week? No. And then if you don't want to do it, then it's very easy for things to come up and like override that. And then you feel bad. It's like, well, I said I was going to do it, but I didn't really follow through. You start to question yourself, and that affects your confidence. Confidence, realistic focus, and accountability are 3 core pillars of the guilt-free framework. So we want to make sure that you have that self-efficacy, that confidence, because that goes into every element of your life, not just your health habits. So leave a like if that makes sense. I also have a video, how to organize your to-do list for less stress. A lot of people are making one key mistake. I will put a link to that in the cards and in the description below so you can follow up with more on that. Okay, next question for you. What events this week may be an obstacle to these plans? So that's another thing about preparation, right? You can have a game plan, but you want to make sure that your game plan is suitable to what's happening. If there's like, I don't know, a parade coming to town, or one of your favorite artists is playing a show, are you going to be able to keep your regular routine, or are you going to have to make adjustments? How's that going to affect your food plan, your exercise plan, the plans you have for your business, your house plan, all that stuff, okay? So what events this week may be an obstacle? That way you can start to think ahead, and you're not like blindsided on something you should have considered, and then it totally throws off everything, and then you feel bad about it, and you've quit, and then like all kinds of problems, right? So be sure to ask yourself what events this week may be an obstacle. That way you can prepare and make sure your plan suits that. And then finally, execute. It's a big part of the whole process. You want to make sure that you execute your plans. Sometimes people will make plans and then just like close their notebook and then put it away. And that's not going to get you the results of the plan that you worked so hard to develop. And this is also a part of the guilt-free process. Let me see if I can pull it up here. So vision, focus, and practice. So on the right side, you're executing the plan and then you're adapting it on a weekly basis. And that's how you establish a practice to celebrate ongoing success with the right targets included. So this is all like, adding context to your goals and then making it so it's sustainable is a big part of making a weekly plan so you can build kind of a program of success for yourself and your health and business goals. All right. And if you want one-on-one support, I would love to do that. This is what I do with the Guilt-free Game Plan. Links in the description below. That way you have accountability and like guidance as you troubleshoot whatever happens so you can make good adaptations and adjustments for more success in your health and business goals. All right. And then also session 6 in the upcoming full plate sessions has a section all about making an action plan. And so that is something I'm very excited to launch as part of the Health Confidence Club. That is kind of a membership basically to build confidence, realistic focus, and accountability so you can reach your health and business goals. So the full plate sessions is like an online course. It's got like 5 hours of videos that you can watch at 2 times speed to give you confidence in your food choices, in your health habits, set yourself up for success when it comes to making a plan, etc. I'm very excited to launch that. I'm going to launch it on Monday with my masterclass, How to Lose Weight by Eating Healthy. 8 p.m. So there's a link in the description for that. I would love to have you join live. And when I put the link there, that'll be good even after I record it. So you can catch up with that much later. You can learn all about, how to lose weight by eating healthy. And the key question of that is, are you eating enough to lose weight? And so meal planning is a factor in that, making sure you have the right foods that are going to support your health and let your health support your life because your health is your biggest and best business asset. And like your life asset, like if you want to do stuff for yourself, for your community, the people you love, you want to show up your best, then you better be protecting your health. And I want to make that easy for you. That's what I do here at Fit for Freelance, and I make that engaging. So that's what I got for you today on planning. Man, I was excited to do that. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if this helps you plan your week or gives you an idea of what you can do to have more success. Click like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and that's all I've got for you today. Keep practicing. Peace.